Vincent, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Michael. How are you?
Oh, look, it's been a pretty bad couple of days actually.
Oh, yeah. What's been going on?
I mean, the timing's kind of been awful because I see a therapist myself, right? So and. And it's like a weekly thing, you know. We like to keep it, you know, real regular,
Yes.
the day after I saw my therapist, and so I'm kind of now in a bit of a bind because I won't be seeing her for another like almost a week now. I got a photo from my partner. And it really knocked me, you know, like, and I'm just.
What kind of photo?
Well, so Sam, Sam, be quiet. So Sam, so I left Sam with my partner. I had to dash, and she sent me a photo of Sam on my pillow, and it was obviously, you know, just judging by the sort of vantage of the photo, the perspective, and so forth. You know, obviously, you know, she was in bed, you know, with Sam on my pillow, you know. And I saw it, and I was, you know, it was, you know, sent with the best intentions, and it was very, very cute and very loving and things. But, and you know, I think I may have mentioned, you know, I'm sort of, you know, very strictly Freudian, and all this sort of, you know, Oedipus stuff started, you know, just overwhelmed me. You know, I don't know if you know about the Oedipus thing.
Yeah. You just started thinking about that story, or what?
Well, yeah. Well, do you know? I mean, it's a very you know, it's.
Did you poke your eyes out? Was that the right story?
No. So the story of Oedipus is the actual story goes back to the old Greek days, you know, when they used to have the sort of sports festivals, and the boys used to wrestle naked and stuff like that, you know. But
as you do.
Well, and there was this guy Oedipus. So I'm not sure if Oedipus was the son or the father, but anyway, so this guy, the king Oedipus, I think, goes to the oracle, which is what they used to do to figure out, you know, what's going to happen. And then they would sort of, when the oracle told them what's going to happen, then they would try and, you know, do things, which is kind of weird. It's a bit like, I don't know if you ever watched Terminator, like, you know, can you, if you know what's going to happen, can you go and change that? But then if you change it, would the oracle not know that you've changed? I don't know, like, I've always found that really weird. But anyway, but you know, this is the old story. So he goes, this is the Oedipus, he goes to the oracle, and the oracle says, you know, your son is going to kill you and marry your wife. That's what the oracle says, you know, to him. And so he's got a son, he's got a wife, and he thinks, well, all right, well, that's what the oracle says, you know. So he sort of does that thing, in that, you know, sort of thing where he floats the son down the river. It's a bit like the biblical story with Moses.
Yeah.
And this shit happened all the time. They used to cast children off in little drifting things down the river all the time, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, at least twice anyway, Oedipus and Moses. Maybe there was more. I don't know. But then Oedipus sort of finds his way. He's, you know, found by lovely women, gets raised, Anyway, cut a long story short.
God, I thought you were going to say something else.
He finds himself at some sort of thing where the spears are being thrown around, and he throws a spear and it kills. The son's now fully grown at this stage. Throws a spear and it accidentally misses whatever he was aiming for and kills the king who's sitting there watching the show, who happens to be his father. Completely. But because he's done this, somehow he ends up marrying the king's wife, who happens to be his mother. That's the story of it. And 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 Sigmund Freud, sort of took that concept and said, well, in childhood, young boys, sort of get attached to their mother and get resentful of their father, because the father, there's the breast and all that sort of thing, and and there's this thing called the Oedipus complex, and that's what he called it, because of that story, the Oedipus story, And so anyway, so all this, I've been learning all this, in my studies, obviously, and so I get this photo, of Sam, lying on my pillow next to my partner, and this all comes flooding, and it's the day after I've been to see my therapist, where I would have loved to have discussed all this, and talked about it and talked it through, and so now I'm just like, I'm really fidgety, I'm quite anxious, and then
well, welcome to my world. I'm fidgety and anxious.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
but anyway, continue on. So what's going to happen to Sam and your partner?
Well, we've avoided the topic, to be honest, and to make matters worse, I've because he was, on my pillow, I've developed conjunctivitis.
Why? Why? Because of dog slobber?
Well, I think his whole body was resting on my pillow, because I've based on the photo, I think there was like his basically his asshole is where I rest my face. It's like so. The whole thing's just turned into, so not only am I
that's very Freudian.
Well, so listen, but look, hey, listen, this whole thing, I'm so sorry. Let's take a step back. Let's take a step back. I'm so sorry. Listen, Vincent, it's been 2 weeks, I think, 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5.
Listen, I'm so sorry. I need to, obviously, like I said, I need to deal with stuff, and Look, to be honest, I don't feel like it sounds like you're going through some things, and I just, the more I talk about it, the more I think about it, I'm just in, and my eyes starting to weep, just with, and there's, pustules. And so could we maybe reconvene, like maybe reshare, like maybe send me some options, like maybe in a few days, and then I'll be in a better headspace, if you know what I mean, like just better emotionally placed to deal with your issues.
Well, yes, we could do that. I'm just wondering what I should do in relation to what I brought up last time. Before we meet again, is there some sort of action I should take in relation to this anxiety I'm feeling, just to get me through the next few days before we talk?
Well, so I would avoid coffee. Do you drink a lot of coffee?
Well, yeah.
Well, just stop.
I'm Italian.
Well,
stop coffee. Yes.
Anything
else?
Do you meditate at all?
I don't.
Well, start.
But I've never done that. I don't even know what that is. Is that like sort of going to church or something?
Well, no. Look, maybe I'll send you through some. Look. I'm really sorry. I'm just so distracted at the moment. I've just got this whole thing. So,
Is this like? Yeah. Okay. Is this like sort of standard in therapy sessions, where the therapist has therapy?
Oh, no,
Is that what normally happens?
No.
Because I'm trying to work out what's supposed to happen.
No, not at all. Look, there's no look. To answer your question, there is no formula. It's not prescriptive. There are certain expectations. There are certain, like we talked in the first session, there are certain guidelines. Like, actually, the one thing I forgot to ask is whether you have, harmed or self-harmed in the last time since I saw you last. Have you harmed or self-harmed?
No.
Good.
No.
Good.
I walked into a door. That really hurt.
But that was an accident, right? That wasn't intentional.
Well, I felt like I was pushed, but no, it was an accident.
Right. Well, we'll need to come back to that when we speak again.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No. I haven't had self-harm. I haven't done self-harm.
All right, Vincent. Well, listen. It's been good to chat, and look, drop me a line with your availability, and we'll chat again. And yes.
Can I just say, yes, we should end it here, but can I just say I'm deeply unsatisfied with this session. Like, it took me a couple of weeks to get the courage to come, to call and all that stuff. But that's okay. We can talk again in a couple of weeks. I won't drink coffee.
Yes.
And I won't walk into any doors. Anything else I need to do? Just one more thing, so I don't have to drive myself crazy.
And meditate and meditate. And I definitely think we should discuss the source of your dissatisfaction. And again, coming back to the discussion we had about the special wants adult, which I consider you to be. It's about what you're wanting out of this. I really do think that is something that's worth exploring because, just in terms of...
Should I write down my wants?
Well, that wouldn't hurt, but because I'm, because I adhere to the strict Freudian school, I tend not to believe in the concept of giving. So even you asking me, what should I do, I feel really uncomfortable telling you what to do. But if you feel that it would help you to come to these sessions having thought about these things, well, I don't see how that would detract from those sessions. Absolutely not.
Well, I think that would help me if I wrote a list, and then when we talk again, I can go through the list, and we can be practical and logical and go through the list.
That would make absolute sense.
And in the meantime, I think you should maybe talk to your therapist and maybe just sort of, talk to your partner, talk to Sam, and sort of try to resolve some of those issues you have.
Yeah, no, I definitely will. And I'm just going to pop off to the chemist to get some eye drops.
That's wise. Okay. All right, well, okay. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Vincent.
Okay, bye.